Welcome, everyone, to our Lunch and Learn. I am Shira Epstein. I'm the Senior Director of Adult Engagement here at Central Synagogue. We're so happy to have you with us and to introduce this afternoon's program. Co-founded in 1998 by African-American jazz pianist Warren Byrd and Jewish-American jazz bassist David Chevan, the Afro-Semitic Experience is known for its vibrant, category-defying musical mix of spiritual, world beat, funk, jazz, cantorial, gospel, klezmer, salsa, swing, and soul. Enjoy, which I know is going to be an incredible experience. Thank you.
Whilst the rest of the band works their way to this stage, thank you all for being here this afternoon. This is a lunch and learn, so at points I'll ask if there are any questions, and I hope there are some. So that'll be part of the plan, is that you are invited to ask us anything that you'd like to know. And in any second now, we'll all be here, and we're going to do a song that you all know so you can sing with us. Get down. Yeah. So, but why should we tell you what it is since you're going to all know it? So half the fun is figuring it out.
What you gonna do?
Here we go. Oh, thank you so much. This is, by the way, right here, co-founder, co-conspirator, co-collaborator, Coco, Mr. Warren Byrd. And I heard the rabbi giving an introduction before, and I thought most of it felt pretty true. And one part is that back in 1998, we started this project not knowing that it would run. We just celebrated our 27th anniversary. Yeah. Which is weird because I was about 5 at the time. Thank you, Alvin. On drum set, Alvin Carter Jr. And let's see, you should meet everyone else. I don't know all of you, or I would introduce you personally. All the way over there on the trumpet, she hails from the Netherlands, but we're always grateful when she's in town because it's so much more fun with her on trumpet. Saskia Leroux. Another founding member who for some reason decided to hang out with us for 27 years on saxophone, maybe later on clarinet, if you're lucky on percussion, if you're even luckier on flute, Will Bartlett. Most of our arrangements, Will writes them, except for the ones that I wrote, so you can blame me for those.
What about my arrangements?
Oh, yours are really good. We'll get to yours. Actually, so at one time Will was doing most of them, but apparently he is now one of the arrangers. On percussion, Jocelyn Pleasant. And on voice and guitar, Oris Jenkins. I saw some of you singing and I saw some of you chewing. So let's do something that we all know, and then we'll jam on it. Well, we'll jam on it and you'll hang out. I also heard there might be people who want to dance. You're welcome to. In fact, we encourage it because dancing leads to joy, among other things. And this is a song, all right, I know that you're supposed to be asking us questions, but I have a question for you. Anyone, what parasha was it this past Saturday? Oh, come on, you can cheat, you can look in your phones. What was the parasha? It was from Exodus, very good, yes. Okay, say it loud and say it proud. What was it this? Shabbat Shirah, thank you. Shabbat Shirah, and what is Shabbat Shirah, anyone? Yep, it's song, we all know that. Any old song? It's the song of the sea. It's the song of freedom. And I heard that the Shirim team was singing at services this Friday, which, yeah, give it up for the Shirim too. We'll be hanging out with you a little later today. This is not something we'll be doing tonight because you're going to sing it for us now. So, of course, the big holiday that we use to commemorate the Exodus is Pesach, is Passover. So even though it's, we're just coming off of Shabbat Shirah, we're not going to do that one. We're going to do an easy Passover song because they're great words and they speak to who we are as the Afro-Semitic experience. Avadim Hayinu. What's the second half? Avadim Hayinu. Right? Ata b'nei chorin. Yes? And what does b'nei chorin mean? It means the children of the free. We were slaves, but now we're the children of the free. What a powerful statement we make every Passover, that we not only acknowledge the generation that emerged from enslavement to freedom, but every generation that goes through that process, which is why we zachor, we never forget. We never forget our roots, and we never forget what it means to have been enslaved. So this is a really challenging key, so we'll all sing it in the most difficult key I could find. Right? Everybody, I can't hear you. All right, 1, 2. Let's do it again.
Everybody.
Hey, Avadim Hayinu, Hayinu. Hey, Ata b'nei chorin, b'nei chorin. Avadim Hayinu, Ata b'nei chorin. Avadim Hayinu, Ata b'nei chorin, b'nei chorin. Giving it up for you.
Yeah, you know.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right. We'll open up for questions in a minute, but I figure after that you might not have any questions, right? This is the Afro.
Actually, a question from online.
Oh, well, let's answer
They
it.
want to know what motivated you all to start this group beyond what we heard in the introduction.
David Chevan motivated us all. No, you should.
So it's a complicated answer, as most of those kind of questions are. We never intended for this group to happen. It was a one-off. We were invited, Warren and I, to play at a synagogue in Hamden, Connecticut, where I'm a member, back in the fall of 1997. Warren and I had been playing together already for a few years, and the cantor there at the time, a guy named Jonathan Gordon, who I believe recently retired from Woodlands Community Temple, somewhere in Westchester County, invited us to play at the service. It's a synagogue that has a history of social and racial justice. Dr. King spoke from the Bima, I believe in 1964, and every year there's an MLK service. So I said, yeah, we've been jamming on some stuff and playing around with ideas, Jewish and African-American religious music. He said, well, why don't you play at the service? So we did. I can tell you that we were significantly more nervous then than we are now, because we'd never done anything like that. And we played our first piece, which wasn't this one, but it was something like this. Oh, might have been Shalom Aleichem. Whatever it was, we played and we had such a good time. And at the end of the piece, true thing, stunned silence, because you're at a synagogue and nobody claps. And then all of a sudden, the whole congregation erupted. And I was like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. Nobody's supposed to clap on Shabbat. But to just sort of summarize the end of the story, at the Oneg, after the service, we got 3 gigs. And each of those gigs got us a gig. I mean, people really wanted to hear what we had to say and what we had to play. So it was very organic, and it really grew from there. Though, to be honest, sometimes now I reach out, which is how we are here, because I said, hey, you guys want to have us play at Central? Wouldn't that be fun? And we spoke to someone named Marina, who's incredible and has been our conduit. Oh, you all know Marina, so you know she's great. And she made it happen, and so here we are. So I hope that's enough of the story. There's more to it, of course, but we might want to play another song. So in keeping with the spirit of Shabbat Shirah and freedom and the sorts of things one does after freedom. Would you, this also gets audience participation, which is so much fun. Eretz? Yeah, will we do Eretz? Okay.
So this arrangement came to the band after we heard a recording by the great Nina Simone. You familiar with Nina Simone? Well, she has a great recording, 2 recordings actually, of Eretz Zavar Khalaf Udvash, the land of milk and honey. And so we're going to play that for you, and it's very simple arrangement. You probably will catch on extremely quickly, or you've already done something like it. So I'll just sing a part, and then you just clap twice, and you know the response. So you want to try it quick before we start?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that my E?
You give me an E, my bass.
Ooh, harpsichord. Thanks, Warren. So I'll go, Eretz Zavar Khalaf. Exactly.
Chalav udvash.
And they sing that part.
But you can too.
Yes. So let's try it one more time. Eretz Zavar Khalaf.
Chalav udvash.
One more time. Eretz Zavar Khalaf.
Chalav udvash.
They'll get it.
Oh, plus, we love playing this because it features... Wait a minute. Weren't you just on drum set? Yeah, so Jocelyn Pleasant, everybody.
Eretz Zavar Khalaf.
Kalav udvash.
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 Eretz Zavata Khalaf. Zavata Khalaf udvash. Eretz Zavata Khalaf. Zavata Khalaf udvash. Eretz Zavar Khalaf.
Kalav udvash.
Eretz Zavar Khalaf.
Kalav udvash.
Eretz Zavar Khalaf.
Kalav udvash.
Eretz Zavar Khalaf.
Kalav udvash.
Eretz Zavata Khalaf. Zavata Khalaf udvash. Eretz Zavata Khalaf. Zavata Khalaf udvash. Eretz Zavar Khalaf.
Kalav udvash.
Eretz Zavar Khalaf.
Kalavu Devash.
Eret Savat Kalav.
Kalavu Devash.
Eret Savat Kalav.
Kalavu Devash.
Eret Savat Kalav. Savat Kalav Devash. Eret Savat Kalav. Savat Kalav Devash. Savat Kalav, Savat Kalav Rivash. Eret Savat Kalav, Savat Kalav Rivash. Eret Savat Kalav,
Kalavu Devash.
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 Eret Savat Kalav, Savat Kalav Rivash. Eret Savat Kalav, Savat Rivash. Eret Savat Kalav Rivash.
I know. If they did that when I went to Sunday school, I'd have been better behaved.
We have a question.
We have
here.
a question. We have a.
Yes, can anybody translate the lyrics? The land of milk and honey. Yes. I was saying the same thing over and over again. Yes.
And the refrain that we were singing was the land of milk and honey.
Yes, part of the phrase.
Well,
yeah.
it was just milk and honey.
Right.
You're just the milk and honey part.
Yep, I do.
You can ask.
Oh, David, I have a question. I've often felt like there was a lot of similarity between African American blues and traditional Jewish music, a lot of minor keys, similar style. Am I right? Do you think there is, or can you
Sure,
speak to
if
that
you
at
hear
all?
it, it's there. If you hear it, it's there. Because there's a lot of overlap. It's not the same. It's not like one fed the other, although we all did come from Africa, right? So maybe vestigially, but like if you take apart the Haftorah melodies, that's super, super bluesy. I've always thought that. I've kind of leaned into that. And
Can you sing that, David?
Not right now. But right, ba-da-da, right, da-da-da, ba-da, ba. I can't say hear that. Ba-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's pretty bluesy. So there's connections, but the other thing, it's kind of complicated, but many Ashkenazi Jews came over to America right around the exact same moment that jazz as an art form was emerging. And these musicians were trying very hard to assimilate into American culture. And it's very interesting how marginalized people are very often, in some ways at least, open to working with one another, collaborating with one another when they aren't part of the mainstream. And so many Jewish musicians were extremely attracted to the music they were hearing coming from the various African American clubs and the communities they were living in. So it's not surprising that in the 1920s, when those musicians started to come of age, they were playing jazz. And I'm thinking of a guy from New Haven by the name of Arthur Arshawski, who probably most of you know as Artie Shaw. And he just really embraced that language. I can't think of what his Jewish name was, but you all know him as Benny Goodman. You know, these are really exemplars of that. Or like in Benny's band, the guy who took the Klezmer tune and turned it into a jazz tune, Ziggy Elman. Like, he didn't even hide his Jewishness. I mean, you can't be Ziggy and not be Jewish back in the 20s. So there is that to it. Again, you know, we could do a nice long lecture on that, and we could, but I hope those answers kind of help you to understand. I've always heard it. When I do my little intro to Avadim Hayinu, I kind of lean hard into it because I'm very aware of it in my training as a performing jazz musician. Is this really interesting kind of connection between Nusach and Chazanut and the jazz language?
David.
And the church language. Alvin?
It's funny that you mentioned that particular song because when I learned the song, I hadn't been exposed to, much klezmer or many of the Jewish liturgical melodies. And so the arrangement you just heard, to me, was just a really cool jazz tune. And David had to tell me, oh yeah, this is a melody from, this, that, and the other. So sometimes it helps if you don't know, because then you don't box yourself in. And then when you find out afterwards, you know what I mean? And the same thing with Eliyahu Hanavi. Our rendition of it, to me, is just swinging hard, okay? That side of it. And then, oh no, this is what we sing at this time, and here's the melody, and come to find out, he threw it in a pot and threw some extra ingredients in it, and the extra ingredients being us. And so yeah, the similarities are there, and even in popular music, I find that a lot of the pop songs from the 60s that I liked had a lot of I'll say American Jewish flavor.
Did you see the meme that was running around for a minute a couple weeks ago that George Clinton claims that a chunk of the melody of Flashlight is from Hava Nagila?
Yeah.
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 So yeah.
Don't look at me for pitch, okay? That's not. But that's the line we're talking about. It wasn't Flashlight.
So we're gonna completely change where we're headed right now, and we're gonna do one of our original pieces.
Oh, yeah.
This is one that I invite you to sing along. I'll give you the words of the chorus. It's really easy. My feet began to pray on that bright and sunny day. My feet began to pray. When George Floyd was murdered, and I just saw something that people are looking for the current president to give that cop a pardon. So don't be surprised, be aghast. But when he was murdered, I was already working on this song, and I'm sure you all remember how stuck you were in COVID and how isolated we were. I sure do. And I was doing a little bit of songwriting, and I was very influenced by Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, who said essentially those words when asked why he was marching on the Edmund Pettus Bridge instead of being in synagogue. And he said, I felt on that day that my feet were praying. And then I more recently learned that Representative John Lewis, in his autobiography, starts with a preface, an African proverb of, when you pray, pray with your feet. So those ideas were in my head. But what really happened was I was on the streets of New Haven, which starts to sound like a Doris song. I was on the streets of New Haven protesting against the murder of George Floyd. I want to acknowledge that I saw members of the Afro-Semitic Experience, especially Jocelyn, in trucks leading the parades. And it was while on that protest, and you may or may not remember just how hot it was, but it was a really hot day. And then I learned that that's how it was when they crossed the Pettus Bridge, that it was also a hot day. And I was just starting to see all the parallels between then and now. And what worries me is that this song hasn't gotten old yet. I wish it had. But when we get to the chorus, that's all I'm going to say because we've already spoken longer than the song. Please sing along with us. My feet began to pray on that warm and sunny day. My feet began to pray.
I stood on the bridge that day, and my feet began to pray. We were black, white, yellow, and brown. Our world turned upside down. I stood on the bridge that day, and my feet began to pray. My feet began to pray. My feet began to pray on that warm and sunny day. My feet began to pray. We were allied to one and all, answering to the call. Stand on the highway, and our feet began to pray. We were black, white, yellow, and brown. Our whole world turned acceptable.
Thank you, Warren Byrd. Oh. I think we have time either for a question or a song, or both. Song? We got to teach the song.
Okay, which one is that? Unity?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is, oh,
we got a request.
Eliyahu. Someone requested Eliyahu.
All right, we'll give you the Evelyn Woods abridged version. Oh, no, that's the Reader Digest abridged version.
That sounds good.
All right. 16 bars each.
Of what?
Of.
Eliyahu.
We got a request for Eliyahu.
Eliyahu.
All right, I'll do a really fast plug because, but I already got one ticket on the van, so you could help us out. No, I'm not even kidding. New York City. So we have some CDs and some little cute shaker eggs that say Oyo in the back that Marina has. And I know most of you don't listen to CDs anymore, but, you could think of it as like money to help pay off that parking ticket or something like that. But you may even want the CD. So what we've been playing a lot is from our newest album, Our Feet Began to Pray. And we do have some of our other albums out there. So if you want to help us pay off that parking ticket, or you like listening to music, or both, you could go home with a souvenir of your experience today.
In an erstwhile fashion.
But let's do a really quick version of Eliyahu so we can get one more song in. You folks online can too.
it. May I say something?
Well, you're already speaking. Please continue.
Yes, because I noticed that some people are moving and shaking in their seat.
Yeah.
And maybe after eating something and sitting so long for our last song, maybe the people want to get up and stand up and maybe move a feet to the left, to the right, or something.
I think that's a great idea. Thank you.
That
That's a
maybe
brilliant.
If they don't want to, they'll do it anyway.
Because I saw some people, I thought they were leaving, but they were not leaving. They start to dance in the back.
Well,
but we have also space here.
yeah, we've got a mosh
A
pit
little
right
bit
here.
closer. It's more, in the Netherlands, we say it's more gezellig. It's more fun.
Yeah,
People are closer.
I think that's a great idea, Saskia, and I invite you to do that. But Warren is going to first teach you. We'll be doing this song again tonight, so those of you who are now are getting a head start. But we're gonna teach you the song of the moment, the song that if you go on YouTube you can find our video for. Unity in the community.
Yeah, I thought I was off the hook. You know, I was pretty sure that was the last song, and then I'm sorry, and curtain closed, but it's actually a great thing to learn because. Yeah, I don't know. When I hear that phrase, you know, I think of what it means to try and connect with people. I mean, you know, I'm not a perfect human being. You know, I got issues sometimes. You know, but one of the things that I do know about myself is that I try to be a good person to everyone I see. I try to lead with that as opposed to leading with paranoia and judgment and fear. You know, I think what the world needs now is love, sweet love. Oh, that's a song. But we haven't done that one in this band yet. In fact, I don't think I've done that in any of the bands I've been in. You know, it's one of those ones. But Baba Coleman was a man, I said this the other day, he's a man of many ways, one of them was wise. And he left us with this phrase, unity in the community, and it stuck. And we turned it into a song. Well, sing it with us. I mean, the stuff we want you to do is simple right now. And I think some of you will be joining us later, and it would be a little less simple. But we'll do the simple part now, which is unity in the community. I think we all can say that. Are we willing to utter that from our lips at this moment? Let's do that. Unity in the community. Now, there's a little rhythm to it, and I want you to catch it because it's going to be a call and response. I'm going to say something like, the brightest we can see, 2, 3, and unity in the community. Go far as we can see, unity in the community. The brightest we can be, unity in the community. Go far as we can see, unity in the community. Now check it out. Bing, bing. Now this is the second part. Unity, hey, hey, in the community. Hey, hey. Part 2 with me. Unity, hey, hey, in the community. Now do it without me. Yeah, hey, in the community. Hey, hey, one more time. Hey, hey, hey. That's nice. I'm gonna show some harmony. Hey, hey, in the community. I'm gonna shout it out and you say it gratefully. Gratefully. Hey, hey, in the community. Hey, hey. Openly. Come on, openly. Hey, hey, in the community. I think you all are ready for this. You all ready? Ready, y'all? We're gonna do it. Let's do it together. So there's gonna be some other singing going on. Don't be scared. I'm going to raise my hand when it's time for you to say that unity and community stuff. It's going to unity and community 1, unity in the community 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
Why don't we come together?
Why don't we come together?
Why do we gotta fight?
Why do we gotta fight?
Don't be like sister and brother who finally got it right.
Got it right.
Let's raise up each other. Black, brown, yellow, blue, white. Very short color instead of spitting spikes.
Spitting spikes.
The brightest we can be. Unity in the community. Go first we can see. Unity in the community. Everybody sing it. Unity in the community. Oh, unity in the community. Easy to feel the distance. Easy to chill your heart. We need to come together. We cannot pull apart. Oh, the sun may not be shining. The moon may not be bright. But when we join together, we're moving towards the light.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we go. The brightest we can be. Unity in the community. Go far as we can see. Unity in the community. Everybody sing it. Unity in the community. Unity in the community. Keep it right there.
Thank you all so much. Now, I know technically we're over time, but if I got to check with the rabbi. Rabbi?
I'm not the rabbi, but yes.
Do we have time for one more, or do we have to like stop right now? 'Cause if we have to stop right now, we'll.
We kind of need to stop, but we'll take a short one.
Okay. Oh, we don't have any short tunes. Well, actually, we'll do a short. Yeah, shush. Oh my God, everywhere. We're gonna do a tune. We're gonna do a tune called "Shedding Our Color" that was brought to us through Warren and Saskia because Warren's cousin wrote this piece. So we're gonna do cousin,
Yeah, Warren
brother-in-law.
is,
That's it.
Warren is actually my husband. He's all the way on the other side of the stage, the piano player.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, my brother-in-law was a very devout spiritual man and a great singer. He had spent some time as an R&B singer way back, you know, like just after the doo-wop period. But he had a few near hits, you know, like they were regionally hits, but then, and I can imagine that's pretty frustrating, you know. But originally he had intended this song for me and my wife. So if you hear the title of the song, you probably understand why he thought it was a good vehicle for him, and this song was a good vehicle. But I thought it would be a better vehicle as we put a little ka-chunk on this number and bring it to this band, the Afro-Semitic Experience, and do it. Let's see. I need to find it. It goes like this. Okay, ready? It's called Shedding Our Color. 3, 2, 1. Shedding our color and loving each other with the love of God, like sister and brother, passing aside our foolish pride, pressing our bigotry with every new day, giving thanks to God. Letting our love light shine so bright that the
Folks everywhere need love in a world full of sadness and fear. I'll reach out and shake a hand. You just might make a friend. If a hand full of gladness that you shared, just not color and loving each other with the love of God, like sister and brother. Let's walk together, arm in arm, ignoring our differences. Let the love of God brighten up our way. Let's sing a hallelujah song. No hope, but we'll do the rest. Shedding our color and loving each other. Shedding our color and loving each other.
Thank you so much. Warren Byrd, Oris Jenkins, Will Bartlett, Saskia Leroux, Jocelyn Pleasant, Alvin Carter. This is the Afro-Semitic Experience. We've had so much fun with you this afternoon. Thank you.